Good morning, this is Sarah, your healthy carnivore in the UK on day 111, 111 days. Do you know what's cool about that? It's 111 days of carnivore diet, by the way. You probably worked that out. But do you know what's brilliant about 111 days? This is the longest time I've ever done anything. Anything. Sometimes I think 111 days doesn't seem that long. And then I remember that I haven't done anything for 111 days. Nothing. I was a consultant for a well-known slimming club years ago, and I was a big fan of that particular eating plan, but I never completed 111 days of perfection doing that. I had way too many flexible days. I tried Slim Fast once. I did about 2 days because it was horrible. Don't ever do Slim Fast shakes. Just a reversing truck. Ignore that funny noise. When I did calorie counting when I was 19, no way I achieved 111 perfect days. So good job I didn't, because my metabolism would be even worse than it is. So this is quite something for me. To be this long without a sweetener, a sugar, any amount of carbs, any amount of dairy. Okay, I've been off dairy for about 108 days, but still. You know, this is like, I'm going to say it. I can't believe what's happening to me. And also, what is interesting is I think, what's good, let's keep the good news going, right? I think I might, we're going to use the word might with me because it's always going to be might with me. I think I may have started to lose a little bit of weight. I think. I'm not going to make any big declarations on the Homestead How channel or the Old Guy Carnivore channel, anything like that. Because I think I need to wait another month or two before I can start saying, yippee, I'm now losing weight. But for those of you that follow me, you'll know that this week I've done mixed carnivore. The previous week I did lion. And in that week of lion, I lost 3.5 pounds. And I genuinely thought that going back to mixed and bringing back the chicken and the pork and the egg whites and everything else, and the weak black tea, which I'm now still drinking because the weather's been so bad for so long. We haven't seen sun in about 2 weeks. So I'm done with just drinking hot water until the sun comes out. If we can get a couple of weeks of sunshine straight, I'll go back to drinking hot water. Okay? Deal. Okay, so this is still pretty good for me. No, this is amazing for me. Let's not talk it down. This is a really big achievement. This is the cleanest I've ever done for the longest amount of time. And so during that week of lion, which was, during half term, I lost 3.5 pounds. This week, I've gone back to mixed, gone back to eating all the chicken, all the pork, all the different parts of animals. And I've lost another £0.5 pound. And I absolutely, with complete conviction, thought that 3.5 pound was going to go back on. And I was accepting of that. I wouldn't have loved the idea, but I accepted it. The adult side of my brain was okay. I thought, that's okay. I've gone back to eating slightly more inflammatory foods. So I expect now my weight to rebound back up to what it was and stay on a plateau. That's the kind of thing that happens to me. So we may as well accept it. But I got on the scales this morning and there's another £0.5 pound down. So I'm £4 down in 2 weeks. So that was 1 week of lion and then 1 week of mixed. And it's £4 down. And so, which is strange. So if you're living in the UK, you'll know I've now lost a stone. I've lost 14 pounds, which in the UK is called a stone. If you're in the UK, you'll know what that means. For everyone else, I've lost 14 pounds. Not going to make any big declarations yet. It's way too early. The plan was to put the scales away this weekend. I'd negotiated with my son, who's doing keto, that we were going to... Some people drive too fast, don't they, in residential roads? Naughty. We were going to he was going to have one more quick weigh-in. He's maintained this week. Ha ha. My 18-year-old son has maintained this week. Welcome to my world, gorgeous son. Welcome to the world of maintenance. Sucks, doesn't it? And we were going to put the scales away together and say, right, look, let's just get on with our health journeys. Let's look at all the health benefits and not weigh in anymore. And I had a weight loss and he didn't. How does that work? Maybe it's the 111 days of consistency and strictness and being committed. It's not just being committed. The word this week, my word of the day is invested. I was thinking this morning, you're invested now. You're invested. And to think I almost threw that away with one manky protein bar this week. It didn't happen. Thank you. Thank you, whoever came at me from above and told me not to eat it, because it didn't happen. Thank goodness I'm still strict. But the word is invested now. The thought of going back to the struggle, the thought of going back to that desperate, struggling, pathetic wannabe, it's not happening. It's just too much. It's horrible. I think that just shows how I felt when I was just eating all the things. I'm trying to be happy. I'm trying to be jolly. Yes, look at this, I'm eating. But in reality, inside, I was hurting. Physically and mentally and emotionally hurting. The reality is I love the carnivore community. I love the carnivore family. And I love it when I'm in the loving arms of my carnivore family. But when things went wrong, I just didn't want to be around them. I just couldn't cope with the embarrassment of saying, messed up again. Yeah, just carry on with your lives. I've messed up again. I can't do that again. I cannot. Just having just one thing that isn't carnivore related means that I'm throwing away that investment. Like I said, I went on that family holiday, that family vacation back in August. I've said this multiple times, but if I gave up now, then all that work I put in, all that struggle and being tired and not eating all the foods that my family were eating was for nothing. Another thing I can say to myself is, do you not want to help people then? Have you stopped wanting to help people, Sarah? Have you? Because if you quit now, you're going to go backwards and it's going to be even longer before you can help people. Has that dream stopped? The dream of wanting to help others, has that gone away somewhere? Has it disappeared? No. So I'm all in, and I am amazed I've done 111 days of something in my life. I don't think I've done 111 days of anything in my life that's of the health improvement variety. So I'm joyful this morning. I'm not down. The weather is still crap, but I am keeping going. So let's pop my weight chart here. As you can see, I had the quick burst of water loss in the first week. Then I had 8 weeks of maintenance. Then dropped those horrible burgers out of my life that had the pea fibre in. Lost a bit more. Then I had another 2, 3, 4 weeks of maintenance. Can't remember how many it was. And then at the start of half term, did this lion diet with absolutely no oxalates, nothing at all. Lost 3.5. And then this week, half. It's possible that I've put on some inflammation and lost some more fat. I won't know. Because I'm not having weekly full body scans, I can't tell you what's happened in my body. It's entirely possible that I have lost more fat this week, but put on maybe a little bit of inflammation. We won't know. We'll never know. It will always be a mystery what's going on in there. I'm not going to try and figure it out. All I know is, according to the bathroom scale, I haven't gone rebounding back up. That little bit there in that pink circle there, that's the pink circle of interest. That's the pink circle of interest. What happened there? Did I lose any fat? Did I just lose water? We will wait and see. So because that I've got this now area of interest going on my weight chart, and there isn't just a straight horizontal line, I am going to keep the scales down for 1 more week. They can go upstairs at any time into the attic. They could go at any time. But at the moment, because I think I might be on the cusp of it's possible. But as you know, with me, I'm just one of those great big fat maintainers. So I don't want to get my hopes up, but at least I feel good though. I've lost about an inch off my narrowest part of my waist, an inch around my tummy, which is not a lot, is it, guys? When I was a slimming consultant back in the day, I would have had people quitting way before now with my results. You know, that 8 weeks of maintenance I had would have sent most people out the exit door. So to keep going like this and to keep going like this is something that I'm pleased with, proud of. I know I said a couple of weeks ago that I was going to start bringing some butter back into my life to see what would happen. The reason I haven't, I'm just going back to that because I did promise 3 or 4 weeks ago that I was going to eat butter, but I've been waiting for this kind of catarrh mucousy situation to leave my throat and my nose. Don't know why I've got catarrh at the moment. I've got a few different theories, as you know, but I was kind of waiting for that to clear up because if I bring butter back into my life, is that going to create mucus catarrh for me? I don't know. So I was kind of waiting to completely get better, but it's got to the point now where I'm so used to it, I may as well bring it back. So I think I am going to officially bring back butter now for a while to see what happens. Thursday is my easiest day of the week at work. So I'm planning to have a bit of a buttery day. Just one day. And then tomorrow I'm going to have a bit of a steak day. Keep feeding myself. Make sure I, keep feeding that urge to eat. If my body is asking me to eat, it's going to get that food. But on Thursday, I'm just going to switch things up just for one day. And I am going to have butter for breakfast and butter for lunch. One day. Friday, back to feasting on my meat. Okay. And just see how I feel about that. I think by the time, whatever day it is on Thursday, like 115, 116 days, whatever it happens to be, my body could probably cope with a bit of a butter day, right? Comment below if you think that's a silly idea or a brilliant idea. I take feedback and comments really seriously. As long as people don't say I'm a liar, I appreciate all other feedback. One other thing I was thinking about, because we've all heard lots and lots and lots of stories of people doing keto and then on and off, and then becoming carnivore. And I'm thinking of, Dave Mack, loads of people, most people really, Kerry from Home Said How, saying that they were on and off keto, and then they found carnivore and they kept going. I think my story is more like theirs than I would have myself believe, because I've always kind of been a wannabe carnivore, but I was never that good carnivore, was I? Which is okay. I think all my other attempts were more ketovore/keto than properly 100% carnivore. So on my next interview, I'm going to say that, if someone else wants to interview me, anyone want to interview me, say, I kind of wanted to be a carnivore, but at best, we were looking at weak keto attempts, right? This one was a lot stronger. This one was a lot more committed, resigned, invested. My new word of the day, invested. And it looks like it's going to be a success, because this time there's been no grey areas. Not one taste of sweetener. Not once. Not even in the first couple of days. Getting off dairy as quickly as possible. Absolutely no seed oils. Absolutely. I've eaten them on probably 5 or 6 days out of this whole entire year. And I don't know what my record is right now. I had a 3-month record, then I had one on holiday. And then now my record's building up again. We're probably at, I don't know, maybe 2 months. Well, 2.5 months now, not one taste of seed oil. Will never be putting it in my mouth ever again. Ever. I'm not taking that chance ever again. And I know that it takes a long time to detox your body from seed oils. So the thought of it, I mean, you can get off caffeine in about 10 days, but seed oils, it's a long time. So the thought of, no, never. No other kind of fruits, vegetables, honey, nothing. Absolutely not one taste. Didn't have a sneaky bit of heavy cream with a strawberry in it. Nothing. And it works. It is so much better. These people that say 99% is a bitch, 100% is a breeze, they are right. They really are right. So if you are someone that still has sweetness, I mean, obviously, if it's working for you, you know, whatever is working for you is working for you. But for me personally, I just had to get off the sweetness because I am such a delicate little sensitive sugar addict that just any sweet taste is just gonna keep it alive for me. So it had to go. If you're someone that's got all the health results and the weight loss results you want, still having sweetener, then that's great. I wish I could, but it's just, no, not for me. It has to be. I'm doing it the Mitch way, and I'm doing it the Kerry way. Absolutely no cheat tastes. Not one tiny thing. Too dangerous, too difficult, too dodgy. So no. So I'm a bit like them, really, in that I've said that I'm on and off carnivore for the last 9.5 years, but in reality, when I get the magnifying glass out and look at all those attempts, I'm thinking, yeah, you may have had a few carnivore days, but how many of those days did you stretch into one long stretch? The perfect ones, the perfect days. How many? And that's why they stopped. And that's why I always crashed and burned. I didn't give my body the chance to properly heal. And now I am letting it heal. I'm invested in healing my body no matter what. Yeah. Was I going to talk about anything else today? I've talked about the whole butter thing that I might bring back this week. I've been waiting so patiently for this Qatar situation to completely go away, and it hasn't yet. So I'm thinking, wait, fine. Just stay there then. I'm getting on the butter now. I've been waiting patiently to be 100% well. So I'm feeling good. That when I look at myself in the mirror with clothes on, I feel like I'm so way less bloated around the tummy, but the tape measure is only showing 1 inch. But I feel like I've lost so much more than that. I think it's because haven't got that horrible bloated feeling. So I feel a lot less sort of front heavy, like I'm not going to constantly fall over like a weeble. Anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say this day. I haven't got anything else to say. So if I think of anything else after I've turned this video off, I'll save it for tomorrow, for day 112. But yes, this girl is committed. This girl is invested. This girl is resolved. More than happy to take on Christmas. More than happy. I don't have any props in this car. This is the little red runabout that's... My son wants to use it tomorrow for some racing event. Please come back. Please come back in one piece. I hate racing events. I'll just mention this. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Tomorrow he's taking this little red car for a racing event. If there are no videos over the next 3, 4, 5 days, it's because he had some terrible accident and didn't come back to me. I've said this before. It's going to take something really, really catastrophic for me to stop now. It would have to be something as bad as that for me to stop. So if there's no videos for a whole week, I think you can probably assume that something horrible... Ugh. I'm going to be on edge tomorrow. I don't like the car racing, but I can't stop him. He's an adult. Let's hope that he successfully does his racing and comes home to mummy, and we all eat our meat and get on with our lives. You didn't need to hear that, but as you know, there's no mystery to me. I'm not one of those people that go quiet. There's literally no mystery to me because everything that's in there just comes straight out there, whether people enjoy it or not. But I'm going to go now because that's the carnivore chat done for the day. I'm feeling optimistic. And I will see you tomorrow on day 112. Take care and thank you so much for listening. And I'm going to edit out my bit that's in the middle, put a few pictures in and upload this. Take care and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.